What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Bama Boy, and here today I'm gonna. Oh, damn, what was that? Anyways, I'm gonna be talking about what can be done differently with Taken King as opposed to what they did with House of Wolves. Now, just as a disclaimer to begin, I honestly believe that House of Wolves is just a filler DLC, and by filler DLC, I do mean that they released it so we would have a little more content until we go on to Taken King, which was obviously the big picture here. House of Wolves introduced quite a few new and exciting things. One of which was the PoE. Now, granted, Trials it's run by one gun, but it's still structured better. Like, the rewards are better. With PoE, the ultimate goal is to get an Elder Cipher. That's the ultimate goal, period. And there's a pretty good chance of getting it when you do the PoE on 35. Very slight when you do it on 34. Now, the reason why I say Trials is better is that Trials has better rewards. Like, for PoE, you do all these things. It doesn't matter if you do 32, 34, 35. You will get shit from these end chests. Unless you do your very first one. I mean, very first one in general. The notification on my PS4 just went off. You probably heard that. It's pretty much a guaranteed exotic the first time you do a Prison of Elders, period. Not in the week, just like your first time on that character, period. And I didn't get anything good. I got a Suros, and I forgot the other two that I got. The storyline wasn't that great. It felt kind of watered down to me. Like, it was, hey, Prison of Elders, Prison of Elders, Prison of Elders. Here's Skolas. Oh, you kill him now? No. He's releasing the Prison of Elders later. Play the Prison of Elders. Which, technically, that's kind of how Dark Below was, too. It was all focused on Crota. But still, what they could really do differently is they could have added better exotics. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Lord of Wolves. It is one of my favorite guns in the entire game. I'm sorry for clearing my throat. I'm kind of sick. Now, honestly, they tried some interesting concepts, like a 3-round burst, sidearm. Sidearms were new, period. And the Vestian Dynasty, when it first released into the game, was amazing. Like, captains didn't stand a chance. And it was good in PvP just because of its high rate of fire and high stability. Now, a lot of people's complaint is that the burst kind of kills the stability on the Dragon's Promise, which is the exotic sidearm. True. I haven't honestly had a chance to play it, but I've talked to many people that have played with the gun, and they've all said the same thing. Lord of Wolves, it's a pulse shotgun. I love it. The range is insanely deceiving on that weapon. If you hit all 5 pulses, like if you hit all 5 rounds in a pulse, it's gonna kill, regardless. It has the best range to me, personally, just like from using it.
I got 10 seconds.
Then, like afterward, but yeah, it has better. It's a better shotgun. It's the best of the three to me. Now, Queenbreakers, the biggest problem with Queenbreakers is a sniper rifle and a fusion rifle. Just that alone is this problem. I would say do a full auto one, but that's the Vex. There's not much that you can do with it as far as fusion rifles go. Really, the biggest thing is it has bullet travel time, which is something that no sniper has other than it. And that really kills the gun, because there's been so many times I've seen it like charge up and then start to hit, and then I just sidestep and it's done. It's over. And like, I don't get hit by it. Now, when I do get hit by it, it's insanely effective. I'll give it that. The Trials, the biggest problem, like if Trials were released later after the patch, or if they had patched Thorn beforehand, Trials would be the best game mode in the game. I mean, it and Iron Banner. Iron Banner is really well structured too. I love Iron Banner, which comes out today. Don't forget, today. There's no. The problem is the game's not as balanced as it should be. That's the biggest problem. Like, had the game been balanced when House of Wolves first released, and they tweaked they up the rewards you can get from the chest at the end of BOE, House of Wolves would have been the best DLC so far. But they didn't. Now, it started off amazing. I mean, amazing.
If it's not middle,
like,
then we can save the bubble.
I'm sorry if I keep losing my place. It's because there's noise at my house. I'm trying to keep it at a minimum. I'm trying to go and
How much time you got left?
quiet that, and then I come back and I forget where I was. So that's a disclaimer too that I forgot to add in the beginning. In this gameplay, you're going to see me do Skull Lost too, and it took us a while. But this is the final run at them. But ultimately, it's a really good DLC, minus a lot of its flaws. Don't get me started on exotic bounties. I do get an exotic bounty at this run at Skull Lost, but Jesus Christ, the last step of waiting, well, not the last step, but like the middle step of waiting, is the dumbest thing that could possibly be done. Like, it would be one thing if you had to wait for Xur on the weekends, like with the Bad Juju bounty, you had to wait for Xur if he wasn't already there, or if they just gave you a set amount of time, but it's literally just RNG like the rest of the game. Either you're gonna wait one day, you're gonna wait 7, or you're gonna wait more or less, and it's just that was a disaster in itself, and there's no reason why that should have been in the game. It's not productive in the least. I don't hear one person saying that they actually enjoyed that feature in the game, because it's a really bad addition. No one likes it. Then again, I don't really think Bungie cared. Like, they were just, here, have this. We're not going to tweak it. We're just trying to focus on Taken King. And honestly, I think Taken King is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to killing Oryx, getting level 50, all these different things. I haven't looked much into Taken King. Just I want to go into it fresh. I don't want to know everything before it released. Because honestly, when I think 2 weeks before House of Wolves came out, I took a long break. Like, I came back from a long break from Destiny. Like, from the time the first raid was here to the end of Dark Below, 2 weeks before House of Wolves. I wasn't here for Crota at all. And honestly, I missed a lot. I really did. But at that time, it wasn't really easy to get up in levels. And I took on a job, and I was doing a bunch of other things, so I missed that. But I forgot where I was going with that. You just found out a bunch of useless information. But what I was getting at is, the lead up to it was amazing. To House of Wolves was amazing because everyone remembers the chest farming and killing the wolves and just sitting there in Skywatch and moving and just hitting the chest several times. And I had like 70 engrams when it first started, or when House of Wolves first started. Because at the time I only had one character, just my hunter. I'm not gonna lie, I have 3 now, all 34: Warlock, Titan, and Hunter. But at the time I only had the Hunter. Had I had more than that, I would have sat there and farmed it a lot more. But they released some pretty good armor though. Like the Celestial Nighthawk and the Ram are 2 favorites, and people love it. Like, I love using Celestial Nighthawk. I use it every time I run Atheon with my Hunter. Atheon doesn't stand a chance against a Celestial Nighthawk, especially a team of them. Just Destiny overall is a really fun game, and I'm looking forward to it getting even better with the next DLC. House of Wolves, in ways, was a step back, and in ways was a step forward. So, in some ways, it hits you with that Steph Curry, that little step back. But, in all honesty, it really showed Destiny their limits as far as a community, and how much the community is really going to take. Because when people found out about the exotic bounties, or the Elder Ciphers, where you have to wait, people blew up. Like, no one liked it. And Bungie never heard the end of it.
I saw my bubble too.
Just, it was a fail in many areas. I know I keep flip flopping. My overall grade of it would be about a B. Like, if I had to give it a grade, Dark Below would be probably a B plus, because just because of the Necrochasm. The Necrochasm killed Dark Below. Like, I love running Crota. Crota's fun. But the Necrochasm was supposed to be like the overall great thing you're trying to go for, the exotic. And it was so ass, which is supposed to be getting a buff in the Taken King. And everything else just, yeah. But yeah, the Necrochasm really kind of killed it. That was another break. The Necrochasm really kind of killed it as far as what you're aiming for. Like, amazing things came out of it, like Black Hammer. Yeah, amazing, no doubt. Which you're kind of missing those legendaries that everyone wants in House of Wolves, because what are you honestly going to say that everyone wants? A Wolf's Leash? Really? A Wolf Slayer's Claw? Really? No.
I have bubbles too, so when this goes away,
my all-time favorite is still Atheon. As far as like raids go, Atheon is my favorite. Put together, perfect, flawless. Wouldn't change anything about Atheon. The other two DLCs just felt rushed, and like they were really just trying to put something out. As far as, yeah, just like they wanted us to not worry about it and just to keep quiet. And I'm not even gonna say keep quiet, just to keep us occupied until then. Because, in all honesty, no one would have sat there and done Atheon for a year. Come on now, had they not added Crota or anything, people would have quit playing Destiny long ago. As far as not, like, the system is great. They should keep the system consistent. But everything else is just kind of, yeah.
I just believe that they could do so much better as far as what they were trying to accomplish with Take the Wolf, with House of Wolves. Bungie just needs to learn to listen. They need to learn to listen a lot better. And as soon as they do that, then I truly believe Destiny will be the top FPS. Because really, Call of Duty is the same thing every year, which I'm bringing the Black Ops 3 multiplayer here. But that being said, honestly, I'm going to end the video on that note. It's been real. I love doing these discussions, actually, so I'll catch y'all later.
Ha ha ha!